Fuck Clone Nation.
That's me.
Clone Nation.
Fuck Clone Nation. Fuck Cestas. Fuck Frescas. Fuck it all. Wall
That's
Warriors, baby. Wall Warriors, baby. Yeah, now we got storylines.
So what is this? You're a wall warrior now, Brian?
Hey, listen. I go to a place that wants people to feel cherished, feel loved. And I can't be with an organization where the fans fight harder than the team.
Nathan, your thoughts?
The team's fighting, Brian. I just spent like 4 hours watching the last game against the Chula Chargers, although Flores has got to pick it up. Not a good game for the old Flores out there. Could have played a lot better. He had a 61% return rate. That's pretty bad.
Nathan, it just occurs to me. I just put one and one together. When you say you were putting together analytics, you were literally just tallying numbers on a spreadsheet, watching highlight.
Yes, I have a spreadsheet of different statistics. And so now I watch highlight and I tally things like attempts on pelota, drops.
Oh my god.
Did they return it in bounds, or was it out of bounds or a failed return? I tally things like serve. Was their serve in play? Was it out of play? Did they get a double fault? Did they get an ace? I tally things like kill shot attempt. Was that kill shot successful? And then kill shot rate, which is out of how many attempts on the pelota, right? You take your kill shot attempts divided by, well, I didn't miss work because of this.
Risked your employment for this.
I stayed up until 2 a.m. last night finishing because I was like, fine, I'm just going to finish the Chula Chargers and Cesta Cyclones and get all the data logged. I mean, Flores last night, almost a 9% PBR.
That's a strong beer.
That's pad is bad rate. 8.8% of the time, kid was throwing the ball into the pad.
But 100% of the time, they're losing. Who cares about what the things that you're saying is meaning? None of it matters.
Whoa.
None of it matters. You know what matters? Fifth. That's the place that they're in. Out of how many teams? 5. That's all that matters. All right? You're telling me about PBR, IPAs, CBR, PPR. I don't care about none of that. All I care about is winning. What they aren't doing? Winning. They are playing like trash. They lost to the Chula Chargers. They lost to the Hufflepuff. They lost to the team that we mocked going into the season. The team that you said, oh, they're just you did one of those. Chula Chargers. You said the Devils, we don't really know what they're about yet because they knew. Cool. But you said the Chula Chargers.
We about to know what the Devils about, ladies and gentlemen, because I interviewed a day-hearted Devil.
What does it feel like talking to a winner?
To a winner? Kid is a winner. CRB, even though he wasn't on the Cesta Cyclones draft board. But, I guess this is an episode of God Bless Jai Alai here, everybody. So you're the one storming in here all hot and bothered, and I'm not pleased either. But what are your solutions? How do we fix the Cesta Cyclones? How do we fix them?
The obvious one is the thing that you won't sign off on.
What?
And that's getting rid of management.
Wow. I mean, I believe we've already done that. Mike Fuentes has tweeted #Fuentes out. I believe that's his official resignation from the team as VP and head of scouting. I did reach out.
Mocking Clone Nation. That is him mocking Clone Nation, knowing that he's still getting that paycheck.
Maybe I'll have to reach out to ownership again because I did reach out to ownership. Only Mike Ryan, who I super followed twice. And still 3 times actually, but that he's going to lose that third one coming March 17th.
Hey, Ty.
Yo.
What's the worst type of goat?
The worst type of goat.
A
I don't know,
scapegoat,
Brian.
Brian. Is that what
Exactly.
you're saying?
And that's exactly what you're trying to
Meh.
make Mike Fuentes. He is sitting here trying to do what people do in situations like this.
What
And
does
that
Mike
is-
Fuentes know about highlight? He knows nothing.
He
They
knows
brought
Mike
in
Ryan
a
know about
rube.
highlight while we're
What
talking
does
about it.
anyone who is in a position to make choices and decisions know? You could probably run that team better than them.
Right? They're trotting out. I mean, honestly, at first I was like, boy, why aren't we running Flores a fourth time and throwing out El Barba out there? But honestly, once I crunched the numbers, Flores was bad. He was bad against the Chargers. Again, a 61% return rate. That's bad, folks. That's bad. A 8.8% drop rate. He was dropping almost 9% of his attempts on pelotas, and he was putting almost 9% of his attempts on pelotas into the pad. That's bad.
Listen,
But you're still not offering any solutions except you want to get rid of management. I don't think so. I need to reach out to management. I am a little concerned that I haven't heard back. Like I said, I asked Mike. He did not respond if that was Fuentes's official resignation. So I guess that is up in the air. Some rumors are swirling if this is actually a well-run organization or just a boys club. But Ty, how would you fix the Cesta Cyclones?
So just to set the record straight, these are not rumors floating. That is exactly what this is at this point. The Cesta Cyclones are a hobby for these people. It's not a passion. They don't got love for the game. They've never crunched the numbers like you, Nathan. They don't
So
know
you're
the
saying
analytics.
you're saying Chris Cote does not love the game. He's not a fanatic about the fronton.
I think Chris Cote loves the idea of the game
talk that shit.
more than the game.
Yes.
I think Mike Ryan loves the idea of the game more than the game. They don't.
What
know
idea of the
shit.
game do they love? What idea of
Owning a
highlight do they
team.
love?
Owning
So
a
the idea of
team.
being owners.
Owning a team, being a part of something so quintessentially
The
Miami
power.
in Latin. They want to be deeply involved in that, be rooted in that culture. And the fact of the matter is, they're newbies to it. This is a hobby for them. They're not paying for the team. Meadowlark's paying for the team. This is all PR at this point for them. They don't have a stake in this.
I can think of
Listen.
better ways Meadowlark can spend their money.
Listen, Chris Cote managed to inspire that team, to Ted Lasso that team to a championship after
By
acquiring
what?
them.
Not being there?
Let me finish.
Which maybe that's what the team needed, you know?
Listen, he
A
Ted Lasso.
hands-off approach.
Unconventional approach. You can't argue that it didn't work, or was it Mike Ryan who came in?
Well,
But
listen,
anyway, continue. So how you
they-
fixing this? I still haven't heard any solutions, Ty. How
That's
you
bec-
fixing
that's
it?
because I'm
Brian's out.
I'm giving context to what the solution is. So you have Chris Cote coming. He Ted Lassos. He rah everybody. Cyclones turn around, make it to the championship. He eats himself onto a yacht. Mike Ryan steps in. They do their thing. Bing bang boom, championship. Year 2 with Mike Ryan as a co-owner in the fold. Things start going a little south. You know, they're still good. They make the finals, but they lose, right? So we're already a step down from the previous season. And then you have season 3 under ownership, where they are now bottom of the table. They're borderline not competitive in half of their matches. I think you can point directly to ownership and say, there's your problem. When it was just Chris Cote, rah, they were doing all right. Mike Ryan comes in. He wants to be a part of something. He's got his ownership.
So how do you fix it? I keep hearing all this
You
context
have
and reasons.
to-
How do you
You
fix it?
have to slim down the organization. You've got so many people trying to get in on this because they wanted to be a part of a winning organization that they've come in and watered down what made the organization successful to begin with. You got Chris Cote standing on tables saying, fuck the Wall Warriors before the season even starts, then getting their asses handed by the Wall Warriors. You
Listen,
got Mike Fuentes in charge of scouting. We don't know what Mike Fuentes does.
I'm Native American, so I can say this. This is a
Okay.
direct. This is a direct. This is a
That's a
direct.
great way to start a comment.
This is a
Go ahead.
this is a
Prepare to
direct.
supercharge it.
This is a direct result of having too many Chiefs and not enough Indians. All right, that's the problem here. All right, there's too many folks running around in the muck, but there ain't enough people out there wanting to get their hands dirty. It's cool to be all up in your videos and out here dancing around, doing all the fun stuff, but ain't no one out there getting it in the mud. All right? Chris Cote, a man who's had everything in his life handed to him, can't even adequately run something he can't even adequately run. He don't understand anything. Mike Ryan, so devoid of love in his life that he needs to attach himself obsessively
You
to
know,
anything.
I'm going to contact Chris Cote right now, because I subscribe to him, you guys.
Good. Contact him.
So let's
Contact
contact him. See if he's got a little something for the subscribers.
Matter of
You gonna slide
fact-
into his DMs, Nathan.
Matter of fact, you might be better off hitting up his father first to see if you're allowed to talk to him, since, that's how Nepo babies work. Listen, all I'm here to say is the solution is simple. Do what you haven't been doing. That's win, and that's win. And when you can't win, that's when the necks start to begin to come off. All right? And we got to guillotine this whole shit. All right? 1979 to 1797 French Revolution, this whole thing. Bring the guillotine out. We're done with this. Listen. Dubs up, baby. Wall
Listen.
Warriors for life.
You know what's going to help this thing out? A little bit of public pressure. They need to feel the heat management does. So, Chris Cote, I'm going to look straight into the camera. I'm going to say this. You made the mistake, my friend, of giving out your digits. I got those digits. And guess what? For every match. that the
Oh, you're going to
Steelers lose
reveal a
this
digit?
season, we are going to reveal
No,
your cell phone number
Don't
on
do it.
Twitter. And you better hope the boys start
Don't
playing a
do
little
it.
better, because, buddy, you only got 10 losses before you're receiving texts and calls from everybody. Before you got to go to Verizon and say, I'm gonna need.
I don't like where this is going.
That's what the whole point is. They got to feel the heat. They have to feel the pressure. They have to know that we demand better. And let's see. If you to the Cesta Cyclones, if you care about Chris Cote, if you care about his well-being, you don't want this number released. So let's play a little better for the Chief. How about that? Nathan, your thoughts?
You guys are all wrong. All right. They're locked in. If you're listening to the show, what did Chris Cote say? Catch the pelota. And the analytics, analytics. Yeah, the analytics bear that data out, guys. They're dropping balls. Like I said, Bradley, 8% drop rate. Flores, 8% drop rate.
Has been terrible, by the way. What a
I haven't been
terrible
able
pick.
I haven't been able to. I've only ground tape and gathered analytics from their most recent game. That's it. I am going to go back.
Their most recent loss. Say it.
Their most recent loss, yes, which was a heartbreaking one. Which, by the way, the analytics do show Manny and Manu. Guys were great. Last game day, Manu, we're talking 91% return rate, a very low 2% drop rate. Manny, 88% return rate with a low 4.5 drop rate. And Manu, we're talking an 11% kill rate. 11% of the time he's trying to huck a kill shot. So he was out there fired up, because he saw on Friday when we posted Fire Fuentes, he actually got up in my DMs and was like, no, it's on us, the players. So Fuentes does have the backing of the players, but he's out with the fans. And here's how we fix it, fellas. We need a reboot. We need a refresh. We need to rebrand the Cesta Cyclones as the Fronton Frogs And what are they known for? Playing fast. We got to play fast. All right. You get the pelota. I'm talking we need service within 5 seconds of when that's over. And we play fast because you look at these highlight players, some of them, they're not in the best of shape. All right. We rebrand as the Fronton Frogs and we play the game fast and exciting. That's how we fix it. That's my opinion.
Nathan,
Fronton
I just want to
Frogs.
say that I am so impressed with your ability to articulate your thoughts with Chris Cote's boot so far down your mouth, licking the boot of management. You swine. I think that's what's happening here. You are so
Whoa,
tightly
harsh.
wound up with management that you are unwilling to say what needs to be said. And you know what, Nathan? I'm starting to think maybe those 6 losses on the season so far, they should count towards that public pressure. So Chris Cote.
No,
Chris Cote.
No.
Before you go there,
That-
you know what those frogs are known for? Being invasive species.
That's right.
And that's exactly what Chris Cote and Mike Ryan have been when it came to running this franchise. Invasive. We had a good thing going here. You can argue, well, they didn't start when. Stop. We had a good thing going here.
Brian? You're a wall warrior now.
We had it. Yeah.
It was we.
Well, listen, I don't got to drop my bona fides. All right.
Bona fides.
I don't got to. I'm 10 minutes from. I'm 10 minutes from the most lucrative highlight generating source, spot, place of location in America. All right? I don't got to drop my bona fides. I've been closer to highlight my whole life than any of these dudes in the field, any of these dudes in the Fronton, any of these dudes who claim that their ownership, all right? Yeah, they didn't grow up spending every day driving by East Hartford Highlight, knowing what it was, hearing that on the wall. They ain't hear that. They ain't hear that. So when I say what I say what I say from a place of love, a place of judgment, a place from OG status. Listen, all I'm saying is, like frogs do, they need to get the leaping. All right? We need them gone. It's unacceptable. But I don't care because I'm on my perch chilling. Dubs up, baby. You know what it is. Dubs up,
third
baby.
Place.
Hey, third looks a lot better than 5th.
9.
No. It starts. No. I'm shutting it down. You've made me the new host. As host, shutting it down. Ending it. Hey, Brian, you recently said that you know all about those Hartford Highlight players. You want to name one of your favorite ones?
Yeah, Manuel. Yeah. Manuel. Highlight, baby. Hartford Highlight. Everyone. What? I'm a what?
I'm flipping through my complete set here of Hartford Highlight.
You don't have them all, though. You don't have them all.
It's a complete set, Brian.
But it's not a complete set. It's a complete set from what year?
No, from all years they played.
There's no
man. You just made that name up.
We have hundreds of cards.
Tell me about him. Describe
Hundreds
him.
of cards?
Let's Google it. Let's Google
First of all,
it. Come on.
5'8" out of Ecuador. All right.
He definitely has the profile up right now on his computer.
No, I don't.
I can see it. I'm doing the CSI enhance on your eyes right now. I can see it out of the reflection of your.
They don't even play. Do they even play Highlight in Ecuador?
What does that mean? What do they play Highlight in California? Look at that. Hold on. How do I do this?
I type in Manuel. What's his full name,
You know what's
Brian?
up?
I type in Manuel Hartford Highlight. I got nothing.
The Fleb chat. Listen, this ain't my. I'm not the one making decisions here.
Got nothing.
Guess what? And I still got more wins than the motherfucking Cesta Cyclones. Having nothing is still having more than having 7 losses now.
4.
6.
6. Yeah. Crazy. Last time I checked, going 0 for 6 is not better than not getting the plate at all. Respect.
Should we remember some of the Hartford greats?
I think it's rude to bring up the Hartford greats while being in a situation of talking about this travesty of Cesta Cyclones.
Mm-hmm. Really? Because, ladies and gentlemen, this year's ISPA, right? 5'11", nationality Basque. I haven't come across a Ecuadorian nationality
That guy
yet.
looks
I'll
like
let you know.
Ty.
Let you know when we do. Yeah, little right.
Yeah, it looks like Ty. Kind of looks like
Known for his defensive ability.
But you ain't
Likes to
drop no balls.
volley, test his opponent's fielding skills. That's what the word on the street is about the Cesta Cyclones, you guys. Test their fielding ability because we can't catch that pelota.
Basics.
Right here. Look at that stash. Landa.
Landa. It's Landa. We call him Landa.
Baby Landa.
Wow. 5'11", 165 here. Oh, what do you know? Nationality, Brian. You want to take a guess what his nationality is?
I want to say he looks a little from like he's
Starts
from
with a B.
Basque.
Yeah, you got it. Good job. A consistent fielder, exhibits a smooth, graceful style of play. He posted a fine 0.405 payoff percentage. Hey, that's pretty good, you guys. Good athlete. He can climb the wall and make some spectacular saves, has surprising power and a solid reverse. Already a standout for his offensive skills.
God bless Jai Alai.
1980.
Did we resolve anything? Did we come up with the solution here?
Zabala.
Zabala. Hey, look at Brian. Hold on now here. 5'11". What's his nationality?
Zabala? He's from Portugal.
Sorry, he's Chilean.
Well, close.
Look at the ads on the back of these. That's Brian right there, you guys. Full of baloney.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. Weird how a fan, diehard. How is a diehard getting more pressure from someone who's in the weeds with management?
Okay, name all Cesta Cyclones right now. Name them all.
PBR, IPA, CPV, PVP, PVE, and Manuel. God bless Jai Alai.
God bless Jai Alai.
The lone Chilean in professional highlight in the United States. The only one hooping it up. The lone Chilean.
That was the time to end it, Nathan.
And of course, no. And of course, can't forget
Danny.
Yep. 5'5".
Mighty Mouse.
Y'all are wrong about your offerings on the Cesta Cyclones. Can't believe going down this path. Not yet. I still believe in ownership. I still believe in the players. It's a long season.
I'd rather die a wolf than live my life as a sheep.
You know, someone who's stepped out of the crowd this season on Battle Court, CRB. And I had the pleasure of sitting down and interviewing the Dejada Devil himself. Shall we hear what he has to say?
No.
I would love to hear what a winner sounds like.
Yeah, and find out, does CRB have an axe to grind about the show not having him on their draft board? Mike Ryan said he had him on their do not draft. I asked him if he had an axe to grind over it.
You got kids, Nathan. If your son missed the toilet 4 out of 6 times, but the 2 times he hit it, he did really good.
Hello and welcome, you Jai Alai fanatics. Nathan here on another episode of God Bless Jai Alai. And if I look a little disheveled or out of sorts, it's because I came to work over an hour late today because I slept through my alarm because I was up late creating advanced analytics. And no, I didn't mispronounce that. That is advanced Jai Alai analytics, which I call analytics, spelled like Jai Alai. And we have a guest with us here today. We have the one and only Chad Barnes, aka CRB. Thank you for joining us, sir.
Thank you. Excited to be here.
Awesome. Glad to have you. So we always like to start with players by just finding out, how did you get involved in the sport of Jai Alai?
So interesting story. I played football over at University of Miami back in 2011, and I got an email back in 2018 about this highlight opportunity. Thought it was crazy too because I was like, man, highlight. I haven't heard about highlight since I was really young because I used to go to some sports camps back in the day, and there was we used to go to Dania Highlight to watch,
Uh-huh.
and that was the last time I ever seen highlight. So I was like, man, that seems interesting, and I can get paid for it. Psh, let me go and check this out. Let me see what I can do. So that they had a tryout. I was actually in Virginia at the point, so I actually couldn't go the time that they had the tryouts originally. So I actually had to go the following year to the tryouts.
Hmm.
I tried to join the team midway through the season, or right before the season, and they were like, "Nah, because you've never played the sport before. You know, all our guys are been practicing for about 2 months, so try to come next year, right?" And so I stayed in shape, looked forward to coming into it, and then I got into the highlight over at Magic City in 2019, and that's where I
All
joined
right.
now.
What do you think takes more skill or requires more of like a precise skill, football or highlight?
Highlight, highlight.
Highlight.
Yeah, 100%. I'm gonna put it this way. I've played 11 different sports growing up. And
Okay.
I was been an athlete since I was 4 years old, growing up playing soccer. I look at soccer as one of the most skilled sports for sure. But when I look at highlight, I mean, the thing is hand-eye coordination is just one aspect of it. Catching that ball with a hard basket is a whole nother thing. Like I've
Hmm.
never played anything like it where it's just so what's the word that I'll use? It's just so unorthodox. It really is.
Hmm.
It's the most unorthodox sport I've ever played. You have to throw with the straight arm. No other sport throws with a straight arm like that. And then also you have to catch and throw with the same arm, and you have to be in a constant motion. It's almost like you got to be perfect just to play the sport because you can't juggle. You juggle, you mess up. That's it. In
Hmm.
football, I can juggle a catch and catch it and still make a catch. So it's totally different skills, and I look at highlight as one of the hardest sports for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And don't sell yourself short. You look like you were an athlete from birth, not 4 years old.
Thanks.
So if me and you lace up a cesta and we hit the fronton, how many points am I scoring against you?
Ugh, it's more like, can you even score points for yourself? Because making the mistakes is just so common. It's so easy. When you catching that ball, just catching the ball is one aspect of it, and then throwing it to the front wall. I mean, I've seen guys like Frank Gore. He was
Hmm.
out there. He came out there. It was funny seeing him again, and he just went out there just to try to throw the ball to hit the wall, and he standed at, I think, the 5 line, and he couldn't hit the wall. And I think he had like about, I think it was out there for at least 20 to 30 minutes trying to hit the front wall. And it took
Wow,
him
from the
probably
5 line.
from the 5 line. And then by the end, he finally kind of got it. And I mean, it's really different. I mean, there's no other sport where you're completely turned around, looking the other way to throw the other way. Like it's a complete 180 throw. So
Hmm.
definitely tough. Definitely tough. So I would have to say, I mean, if you can hit the front wall, that you're going the right direction if we played against each other.
So maybe not even the question is, am I going to score any points quiz? Am I even going to get to the glass of the front of
Right.
the fronton there?
Right.
So I think, yeah, you unorthodox, I think is a great way to describe the sport. Very fast paced. I've become a fan over the last year or so. And you find yourself on the newest team to Battle Court, the Dehada Devils. So I'm wondering if you had to say, convince someone, maybe a fan like, I don't know, Ray Lewis or something, if you had to speak to Ray Lewis and tell him why he should be a Dehada Devil fan, what are you saying?
Oof. Well, first off, I think we have the coolest colors. We definitely have the coolest colors. I love our jerseys. That the emblem is pretty cool too as well, but I think right from the back, the players. I mean, we have great guys on our team. You got Hyro, who's been in the sport probably, what is this now, his 19th season.
Hmm.
Very great captain. You know, he's very sharp. He understands how to go into each game. You know, you got people like Douglas, who's just an athletic freak on the right side and left side. You also, you know, you got me, you got CRB too. So everyone's a fan of CRB. Everyone wants CRB stickers. You know, I'm an upcoming player too. So I just from that, and I'm a UM player, and you got two UM players on our team, two top guys. So I mean, you got me and Tenard. So just off that alone, you know, he's a UM guy. He would love
Yep.
to be a part of
Former.
it. So former
Cyclone. Yeah, former Cyclone too.
Yeah.
Tough not having him on the team this season.
Yeah,
Friend
I
of the
mean,
pod too.
yeah. I mean, he did get hurt in the beginning of the season, so he actually hasn't been
Yeah.
able to do it. So I actually had to step up and take his spot at the 5 position. So I've been doing that for helping carrying the team too.
So I'm gonna play a sound for you here from the Dan Levitard show, and it's the owners Mike Ryan and Chris Cote talking about their drafting strategy for this past season. I'm gonna play the sound, and then I have a question for you.
Go
So
for it.
here's the sound. This is Chris Cote and Mike Ryan talking about their drafting strategy for season 3 of Battle Court.
Here's the little secret is we were never more informed than this draft. So if there's ever a time to blame us, like the first couple seasons, it was kind of just like, I don't know anything, you guys pick it.
Yeah.
And this year we got opinionated.
Oh, dude, hold on a second. Wait a second. No one saw CRB becoming a backcourt player.
That's true.
He was on my do not draft list.
And Bradley's wrist's been hurting him, so we think he's going to come around.
His game is all power, and obviously the power's not been there just yet. We're going to shake it off, and we need you. We need your overwhelming support from a distance. Our team can feel that, especially on days when the fronton is totally empty like today.
And you know what we have to do? This is me talking to the team right now.
You need to win.
Catch the bleeping pelota.
So last Friday, you guys played the Cesta Cyclones, and I want to know, did you know that they had you on their do not draft? Did you have an axe to grind against the Cesta Cyclones this last Friday?
That's so funny. I had no idea. But I'll tell you this. I'll tell you this much. I believe I'm a five player for sure. You know, I got pushed down to a 6. I was a 5 in the first season. Because I have the potential to be up there. But I don't think a lot of people understand that, like, I'm the one who has the least amount of experience on the entire roster. Everybody's been there for at least 5+ years. I've only been there for 4 years. And I actually, if we go back to 2021, I actually came in second out of the whole team from singles, and that was just me really trying to show that, like, I belong and I should be moving up to play with the top players and stuff. And this year it was interesting because I practiced a little bit backcourt before the season, before going into the draft, and I was like, you know, I think I could play some backcourt. I'm actually a natural lefty, and I have a very strong left side, and that's really about the backcourt. It's all about passing and being able to do that on both sides, and I'm able to do that on both sides. And reading the game from the back is just totally different. It's actually increased my gameplay all around. So it's funny, nobody knew that I could play backcourt. Not even my own team. To actually tell you something interesting, when I got drafted by the Devils, I was happy enough that I was going to be playing with some guys that I played with before. Playing with Douglas, playing with Hyro. Again, I originally played with them in over at the Chargers my very first year. And I remember I told them, I was like, listen, like, you guys should put me at the backcourt. Just put me at the backcourt. Hyro, play front court. And Hyro was down for that. But everybody else on the team was like, no. I don't know. I'm not sure. And then I'm like, well, let's give it some time. Let's just let it be. And then if we have to change it, we'll change it. But let's at least practice, since we all are scheduled to practice together. Once we were practicing together and I was playing in the backcourt, everyone was like, wow, like, you're a backcourt. And everybody that came to watch us practice, they were like, oh my God, Chad's really a backcourt. That's what CRB stands for. Chad's really backcourt. So after that, I really just got comfortable being back there. And when I had my chance to play backcourt again with Douglas since Jedin got hurt, I was just really comfortable and playing against top players like Zuleika and being able to catch his ball and play against top guys like that. It was incredible just to really help me with my confidence. And a lot of people didn't really expect that of me. So I think this year is my come out year. I think this year is going to be my coming out party. People are going to start realizing that I can play both sides. And I've been working a lot on my costado game too. So since I'm a lefty, and that's another thing that's getting better at my game. So yeah.
Listen, CRB, no one grinds more highlight game tape than me. All right. And if I had a vote, you would be my vote for most improved player for Battle Court this season. Definitely one of the reasons why the Tejada Devils have come into the league with such great success. You guys you're in second place right now, yeah?
Yeah.
So if the
tied for
playoffs
second.
were to start tied for second, I think you're a little bit ahead of the Wall Warriors from some head-to-heads there.
Mhm.
So you guys are off to a great start. Sadly, the Cesta Cyclones, my team, we haven't been able to get off the snide 0-6 at the bottom. Still, it's a long season, in the words of Chris Cote. Long season. What's the scuttlebutt around the league of the Cesta Cyclones? Have teams figured them out?
You know what? I think when putting those teams together, Cesta Cyclones, it's tough. I mean, once you guys had that draft, picking up Bradley, you have a lot of guys that are I would look at as like injury prone in a sense. Bradley hasn't played a full season.
Yeah.
Carballo's been hurt constantly, and then on top of it, like even Correa, like Anderson, he was on my team on the Rebote Renegades, and he was still dealing with an injury, and he was fighting through it just to make it through because he knew we had a chance. But even that, like, I mean, those three players alone just, they're constantly dealing with injury. And when you're dealing with injury, you can't practice nearly as much. And practice is a big part of the game, especially for people that it's new to. Carballo, it's still new to. Bradley's still new to. Anderson is still new to. Those are still like, those are the new guys. But then you got people like Manny and Manu. Those two guys, the reason why you guys had so much success is those two guys, if they're on the court with anybody on your team, you guys are in good hands. I mean, they're very smart players. They know how to kill the point, and they know how to save the point and keep it going. And I think that's really what it comes down to. I mean, I watched you guys play just this past was it? I think it was Tuesday. You guys
Tuesday,
played,
yep.
right?
Against the Trula Chargers. Heartbreaking loss there.
I
mean,
I really thought you guys were gonna pull it out.
They rallied, and you're speaking a lot. Manu and Manny, they're incredible. In their bag. Manny had a lot of Manu had a lot of kill shots that he was taking, and it didn't. We had, again, and like you said, injuries. We were without Carballo, without Correa. El Barba and Bradley fought hard. They came out of the gates strong. I mean, El Barba with his serve there had like 3 aces, so you can tell I grind the tape. I'm looking at all the analytics right here that I've created. So maybe they can put it together and make a run. We'll see.
Never count out.
So we also like to spend some time getting to know players as well. So we have a little get to know you game. So I just have some questions here, and you go by CRB on the court. So we usually have the answers around the player's name. So I'm going to give you 3 options here. A question with 3 answers: CRA, CRB, and CRC. Pineapple. So any questions?
Yeah, I was like, it's funny. I look at it, and I have friends that even say CRV, like the car.
The car, yeah.
And it's too funny. I love the CRB. Actually, the funny story behind CRB. There's a reason why I picked CRB. It's not just because it's my company's name, because I'm actually personal trainer, movement specialist. I take pride in my training and for my guys. And biggest thing is I just want people to stay healthy and move pain free. But the reason why I actually thought of CRB in the first place is I'm a gamer. I don't know if you noticed the razors I'm wearing. I'm a
I
gamer,
do.
and back when I was younger, I used to go to the arcade, and you know how every time you break a record, you have to put in your initials. That's where I got it from. So originally I was like, hey, I'm here breaking records. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to break records for my guys. I'm trying to break records for my team, and I'm trying to break records for me. So that's where I originally got it from.
If people wanted to find you on social media and check out some of the things you're doing with Highlight and with your company, where would they find you at?
So my highlight one would be CRB Strength and Speed. That's also my company's name. But so I created another account that it's CRB Training, since my website is CRB Training. So wanted to keep it easy, keep it simple, make it easy enough for people to figure out who I am and how I brand myself.
All right, so let's get to know you a little bit more. Pineapple on pizza, CRA always, CRB never, CRC sometimes.
CRC sometimes. You know, I'm not a big sweet guy and salty, but I'm not gonna lie, it's refreshing. If I'm outside and it's hot and someone tends to, buy a pineapple on a pizza, shit, I'm hungry. It sounds good. It sounds good. It sounds refreshing. I'll try it out. Let's do it. So I'll say sometimes, but it's not something I'm gonna go out of my way to grab. I'll put it that way.
I'm a CRA always. I love pineapple on pizza. It's one of my favorite toppings.
Yeah, sweet and salty can
Number
get you.
2, playing with another man's cesta, CRA, sure, why not? CRB, no, never. CRC, if I have to.
You know what? CRC. CRC if I have to. I recently had to do that actually. Actually had to do that in the game against Bradley actually. My Cesta
Oh,
broke.
wow.
Yeah, my Cesta broke, and when my Cesta broke, it happened literally in the last game that I overserved twice in that game. And when I overserved twice, I was like, what is wrong with my basket? There's no way I just overserved twice. And I didn't realize, but I actually cracked the frame. And when the frame cracks, it actually flexes more, so the ball tends to escape. And when I went to throw my first ball, the whole thing snapped in practice right before playing Bradley. And I was like, oh my God, you got to be kidding me. Because once that Cesta breaks on the frame, there is no repairing it. You literally have to get a brand new Cesta, use someone else's Cesta. And I right away I was like, man, I looked at Douglas. I was like, I know you got a backup Cesta. Let me get one because I actually don't have mine. Mine are all old and broken anyway. So actually had to play with a backup basket that used to be Carbios and Juices. So I was like, man, like I gotta like deal with a brand new basket in this game. And it was somewhat similar to my basket in some ways, but the craziest thing is every basket's different. So I was just happy enough to get the win on that game because I'm not gonna lie, I had no idea what to expect in that game. I was just really happy that I pulled off the win in that.
Wow. Lucky for us, I guess, because we got 1.5 points on that tightly contested. That was 3 matches. That one went the distance, right? That final one was 6-4, so barely squeaking it out there.
Yeah.
Luckily, you didn't know your cesta was cracked until after that
Right.
match was done.
Exactly. Exactly.
All right. Our next question: peeing in the shower. CRA, of course. CRB. No, man, that's gross. CRC, if it's an emergency.
CRA, of course. Why not? It's right there.
It all goes to the same place.
Right, exactly. It's like, do I really want to get out of the shower just to go to the bathroom? Everything is going to get wet. Forget that.
The Tejada Devils will make the championship game. CRA, it's too early to tell. CRB, of course. CRC, I'm not giving anybody bulletin board material.
You know what? I'm going to go with CRA And I'm gonna say that because it is too early. You know, just like you were saying, we're halfway through the season. Like, and this is a long season. I think this is actually our longest season. So,
Mhm.
you know, hopefully everyone stays healthy. Anything can happen. Think it's still too tight to tell, but you know, I think as long as we make playoffs and give us a chance, why not? You know, can't count us out.
Farting under the sheets. CRA, no, I'm a gentleman. CRB, let it rip. CRC, only if I've had Taco Bell.
You know what? It is CRC. I'm not gonna lie. There's times where it just squeaks out, and I'm like, I didn't even expect it coming out. It just kind of just popped out, and it's funny. Like you know, I was sleeping with my wife, and my wife was just like, "Are you serious?" I'm like, I didn't even know. I didn't even know. It just popped out.
Taco Bell will do that to you. It's a dangerous game. What's your go-to Taco Bell order?
Oof. It used to be the Crunchwrap Supreme, you know? I would say the Crunchwrap Supreme and low key those steak tacos back when they were
Oh
$2.
man, that is, I know exactly what you're talking about. When the steak
That was
tacos
best.
first came out, I was like, give me like 3 or 4 of those.
All day long. And actually another hidden one is the Cinna Delights. Those little Cinna Delights,
Yep.
they're like the little donuts. I remember the first time they came out, I was like, no way, what is this? This is not bad. So, but nah, I don't even call it Taco Bell anymore. I call it Taco Hell because that does not come out right.
Last question here. Ketchup on hot dogs. CRA, yes. CRB, no, get that out of here. CRC, well, it depends what I'm feeling like.
CRA, I think I always do that. I mean, I have to mix it sometimes. You know, I need my mustard and ketchup. So,
I'm a big, just give me mustard, relish,
oof.
maybe some onions.
Oh
I
yeah.
like the acidic taste with my hot dog. I don't, the
Oh
ketchup's
yeah.
too sweet for me. I like to get my sweet from the relish, but with the hit of the acid that comes with it.
I
That
agree.
that's me.
I agree. You know, I look at it and I'm like, the ketchup's just it's good, but I have to have my mustard with it. If it's just ketchup, I'm kind of annoyed. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. In your professional opinion, if I eat a Costco hot dog for $1.50, how much training do I need to do with CRB training to make up for that?
Oh, we're doing a whole session.
A whole
We're-
session.
oh yeah, we're doing a whole session. You ain't doing one workout. You're doing a whole session. We're gonna get you in a circuit with eight workouts, and we're going nonstop for 45 minutes. And at the end, maybe we just do a light jog just to cool down.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us. It was a pleasure to get to know you. Best of luck on the court, of course, except when you face the Cesta Cyclones. But your next game's coming up March 17th. It's a Friday game, so everybody head out to Magic City to the Fronton. You got to go. Even though I'm out here in California, folks, I've actually still been to a Magic City Fronton on a Friday. It's a must go. So, and they've been adding a
Oh yeah.
lot there. So good luck.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.